There's the scene last year, the Newfoundland Growlers hoisting the Kelly Cup. Champions of the ECHL. And joining us now, the commissioner of the ECHL, back for a second year. He is in his second year, Ryan Crelin. Ryan, thanks so much. You joined us last year, and how was year one for you as commissioner of the ECHL?
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. You know, I've been with the league 14, 15 years now, but in that role, certainly a lot of changes. So some transition, lots of travel, but it was a great year.
We always see when there's different ideas and things coming up that you always want to experiment, and the East Coast Hockey League having different rules. Can you speak on those and ideas that have kind of brought to your guys' front that we want to try out at the ECHL?
Yeah, I mean, not only are we developing players and coaches, front office personnel, but I think we can also develop the game. I think that's part of our role. And so trying new things. So came up in our competition committee and had a lot of discussion, but went before a board. We're going to try 7-minute overtime this year, so
Wow.
3-on-3. But again, the feedback that we got was that the fans enjoy the 3-on-3, extended for 7 minutes, and we'll test it and see how it goes.
Listen, the feedback from me is I love the 3-on-3, so I love the idea of it going 7 minutes. And will you still have a shootout at the end of that if there is no result?
Yeah, same format, just an extension from the 5 minutes to 7.
What's the concern? Is there, because I know at the NHL level there's it's obviously a different situation. There's a lot of crazy travel. Is it an ice concern to play for the extra 7 minutes? What are the things that you worry about?
Yeah, ice and additional shifts for players, but we've got a good group on our competition committee. Danny Briere, former NHL player, and you know, he said the impact on the game versus the player wear would be negligible, and so we're going to try it.
Awesome.
Maybe some of the guys you normally don't get out there for 3-on-3 get out there now because there's a couple extra shifts.
That's right. I like it.
When we look at the league, the thing I find really intriguing about the East Coast League Hockey League is that when you're looking at teams in the National Hockey League, the American Hockey League, the East Coast Hockey, I mean, you're generally talking about carrying 2 goaltenders. So that pushes some really good goaltending down to different levels. Can you talk about some of the alumni and nets that you guys have produced over the years? Yeah,
so goaltending has certainly been our niche because of the limited roster spots across North American professional hockey. And so certainly Holtby, Dubnyk, Jonathan Quick, all guys that kind of hone their craft in our league and have gone on to great success at the NHL level. And then more recently, Binnington spent a year in Kalamazoo in our league, got called up to the AHL, and then I think certainly everyone knows his success.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's done pretty well.
He's done okay.
He's done okay.
I think 3 of those 4 have won the cup, actually.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
It's decent. It's
yeah,
decent.
and that is interesting, right? Because let's face it, there's a National Hockey League, 31 teams right now. That's 62 goalies. You go to the American League, it's the same thing. So, and there's so many goalies that are looking to get that opportunity. So it's a great breeding ground there in the ECHL. Sure. Talk about some of the other guys, some of the other skaters that have kind of made their way, which is, I mean, that's a climb, and there's a credit to those guys to make it through from the E to the A all the way to the National Hockey League.
Yeah. So in our 32-year history, 664 guys have gone on to play in the NHL. Alex Burrows comes to mind, more recently Yanni Gourde, and we even had 2 debuts already this year with Sabourin in Ottawa and Verhaeghe in Tampa Bay there. And so we want to continue to be that development ground. And for instance, last year, what the Maple Leafs and the Marlies in the AHL and now on to Newfoundland in the ECHL, they had 15 or 16 guys on NHL, AHL contract in our league. Wow. And so I think that's a big stepping stone and something I think you'll continue to see through the hockey landscape.
Well, Ryan, we've got these jerseys here, and I'm pumped to get to these. Can you give the little story behind some of the partnerships that you guys have set up and some of these jerseys? And I can hold them up if you want, and you want to explain what we're talking about here?
Yeah, so we try different things in our league, and we've been able to partner with some great entertainment brands. The one you're holding up there is a Nickelodeon jersey, certainly our logo on there. Our Marvel program, I think that's Iron Man. We've been with them for 2-3 years now. And
that's a nice jersey.
Yeah, great look on ice, and it also welcomes new fans to our game, people who may not be familiar with hockey, but are comic book or entertainment fans.
Oh, here we go.
And more recently, we just announced our DC comic program at Comic-Con last week, and it's a nice Superman jersey. It's just a great looking jersey, in my opinion, as well.
You got the Green Lantern one on there. Look at all these other ones that are seen on camera right now.
Yeah.
Look at that Joker one. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
That is crazy.
I tell you what's a lot of fun too. So we'll have the home team wear the hero and the visiting team wear the villain.
That's
Batman,
unbelievable.
Joker, pretty cool on ice look.
And fans, because listen, I've got kids who are going to want these jerseys. Can we go on the website and purchase these jerseys?
Yeah, so they're all game worn. They come right off the player's back, and then they go up for auction.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. And then we got this one. This is one I love as well because obviously the Hockey Fights Cancer and the initiative for all of hockey. And we've got these, and everyone's going to have their Hockey Fights Cancer night, correct?
Yeah, so we've been working with the NHL and certainly their Hockey Fights Cancer initiative, and they're trying to bring that to all of hockey, and we're honored in the ECHL to be a part of that. And so working with Kevin Westgarth up the NHL office, he helped us facilitate it. Great looking jersey, great cause, and so in November here, we'll be a part of that month-long initiative.
All right, before we let you go, you talked about the overtime. Anything else, any other little tweaks or things that we could see in the ECHL this year? I know we're going to have your All-Star game right here on the NHL Network.
Yeah. So our All-Star game's a different format, too. We play rally scoring and running clocks. So and the official's got a puck in his back pocket, goal gets scored, drop the puck, and we're going the other way. No face-off. And
Really?
so it's back to, school ground hockey.
Yeah,
and,
that's
we
nice. I
love
like
it.
that idea.
And something we borrowed from baseball this year, we're going to try Players Weekend in February 2020. So anyone who's been in a locker room knows it's nothing but nicknames. So now the nicknames will be on the back of the jerseys.
All right, yeah, the players I know in Major League Baseball, they like that, and the fans seem to enjoy it as well. So
exactly.
Good stuff. You're starting the season tomorrow?
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, Portland, Maine on Friday.
All right. All right, well, listen, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. 2 years in a row. We've had it, and good luck in year 2 for you as the commissioner of the ECHL, where a lot of good things bubble up and eventually sometimes end up in the NHL.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
You got it.